Prompt 7, the last one, is really broad. It's broader than any of the ones we've talked about so far. Share an essay on the topic of your choice. It can be one of the topics that you've already written, one that responds to a different prompt, or one of your own design. And so this is where you can send your essay, the one that you can choose to answer if you don't feel like your essay addresses any of the other 6 prompts. And while it's super open-ended, it doesn't mean that you can just put any old thing in there. Always refer back to whether this is about who you are and core values that you hold, and will it let somebody get to know you. And make sure the topic and essay, address these questions. For this prompt, more than the others, you're at sort of a high risk, but high potential reward. Writing your own question allows you to demonstrate individuality and confidence, and so you can innovate and tackle a difficult topic, and you can present something with a unique format, whether you write it as a script or a conversation with a historical figure or a rhyming poem. So try something unconventional if you're writing for this prompt, like comparing your personality to a Picasso painting, or using extended philosophical metaphors to describe your 4 years of high school, or writing in a poetic style to display your love of poetry. If you're extremely passionate about something or an expert in a certain area, like Renaissance technology or journalism during World War II, you can use this prompt to show your authority by discussing it at a high level, though this might be better suited to the question before, prompt 6. Be careful to frame the essay in a way that is accessible to the average reader while still incorporating quality evidence and content that would qualify you as an expert. And as always, exercise caution in writing about controversial social or political topics, and always make sure to consider your audience and what they're looking for in a student. Sometimes unconventional essays capture admissions officers' attention and move them in a profound way, and other times it flies completely over their heads. So be sure that even with this open-ended, and especially with this kind of prompt, be sure to execute the essay clearly and justify your decision by seeking high-quality feedback from reliable sources, teachers, guidance counselors, parents, whatever that looks like for you. You should also make sure that if you write this kind of essay, that your response truly doesn't fit into any of the other 6 prompts. They're really broad, and so you don't want to say this is a completely unique and unconventional essay if it isn't. And you want to tailor it to fit something that is going to make sure it's really successful. As always, make sure the essay is demonstrating something meaningful about you, whether that's your personality, your thought process, your perspective on the world, your core values, or something of that nature. Now that I've talked about all the different prompts that you might be answering as part of the Common App essay, I want to just take a step back and talk about one more time why this essay matters. The admissions process is very human, very subjective. While they're looking at your test scores, your extracurriculars, your grades, there are 5 students with great qualifications for every place in a college's lineup. So as an applicant, you need somebody to choose you over them and to advocate specifically for you. And this is where the essays come in. They're an opportunity for you to turn an admissions counselor into an advocate for your application. And of your essays, the Common App essay is the most important since it's seen by the most colleges. It's also typically your longest essay, which gives you the most space to craft a narrative and share your personality, feelings, and perspective. So it's not hyperbolic to say that getting the Common App essay right is probably the most important thing you can do as part of the application process to become a successful applicant.